right, happy Monday, everybody. For those of you who are watching live, Melissa Martin, your Candy Curly, coming at you. Adjust my lighting here a little bit so you guys can maybe see my face. I'm using a different camera today and didn't get my good camera out, so it's kind of pixelated. I apologize. Anyways, so today is day 5 of the social media blueprint. I did space them out a little bit longer than expected instead of doing back to back 7 days, just because I know it's a lot of information. And I wanted to give you guys time to catch up and regroup and set your goals for the week. So it is a Monday. If you're watching the replay and it's not a Monday, every Monday, I recommend you set your action goals. For those of you in the April's Runners group and wanting to win the trip to Arizona to go to the lake, remember, unlimited people can win. You just have to stay on task. For those of you doing that, it's required every Monday. You have to set your goals. And so I have a little notebook and I set these goals. I set a number of workouts for the week, number of new prospects for the week, number of follow-ups. And I like to think, okay, I can do at least 5 a day, or I can at least do 10 a day times 7 days in a week or 6 days in a work week. And that's how I find my number for the week. So that's required. Make sure you go to that post and put those there if you want to stay on task and be eligible for that Arizona lake trip. So, but today is about stories. And so we're talking about Facebook stories. And you'll notice through the social media blueprint, I've really focused on Facebook, because once you can understand algorithms and being like an influencer and attraction marketing on Facebook, you can usually take that to other platforms. It might be tweaks here and there. However, the idea and concept is usually the same. And so until you've really mastered Facebook, I don't really recommend that you go out and create an Instagram and a TikTok and a Snapchat and a Twitter or whatever. Like, try to master one and then add more to the loop. But those of you who are ready for it, just let me know in a private message. Say, I am ready for Instagram training. That's the next one I would recommend. And I can, coach you privately on that. So both Facebook and Instagram have stories. The concept is actually rather the same on both. And so this could be utilized for either. For those of you who don't know, Facebook owns Instagram. Instagram became so popular and they almost overtook Facebook, so Facebook bought them out. They do what they do best and threw a bunch of money and bought them out, and now they own Instagram. So Instagram has algorithms as well, very similar to Facebook, but it's more photo driven. All right, so stories training. Stories are a great way to connect with your audience. There's also, for now, you can post unlimited amounts of times to stories. And so what we're going to talk about in this training is how to create Facebook stories, where to find them, how often you should post to your stories, what you should post to your stories, how to get more views on your stories. I forgot to add something in here. Messaging followers. Okay. So I don't forget to go over that with you guys. And then fun different hacks and buttons that you can use on your stories. At the end of the day, there's always going to be something new added to social media, and especially Facebook stories. And so my recommendation to you is to always play. If you see a new button, play, figure it out, mess with it, see what it does. Okay, don't be afraid to screw up. You don't need someone to teach you and hold your hand on this. Just explore and have fun with it. Okay, so I'm going to share my phone screen here. Okay, hopefully this works. And boom, we are live. Excellent. Okay, so I'm doing this from a phone because it tends to be good for you guys. Most of you are working from your phone. However, you can find Facebook stories on a desktop version, and you can add to yours as well. And so first things first, I will go to your own story. And what I did is hit these 3 little buttons here. Okay, and what you want to do is edit your story privacy. So write this down. This is one of your action steps, and make sure that it's set to public. Okay, and hit save. Now you have to keep this in mind. Anything you post to this is going to be public. Anyone can see it. So I would not post where your children go to school. I'm going to hold this here. sorry. I wouldn't post where your children go to school, like the name of the school, their names, things like that. I wouldn't post like, hey, out camping for the next 3 days at 3 Mile in Apache, come and rob me. Or you know what I mean? Like, just be smart. Like, I post things after. I don't post location. I don't post names of my schools. So the reason why you're going to do that is because you're going to get more views. You're going to notice I have 192 views, but if I scroll all the way down, and that's actually low for me. I usually have normally in the 400 range, but I kind of took a little break yesterday. You're going to notice I have 34 others. Let me turn this brightness down so you guys can see it better maybe. I don't know. So 34 other people viewed this story. These are followers. Because I'm set to public, I got an additional 34 people that saw my story. Okay, so first things first, check those 3 little dots, edit story privacy to public. Okay, save. So the next thing is, how do you create a story? So when you first go into Facebook, you're gonna see add to story from your phone. Also on your desktop version, it's towards the top as well. It'll say stories first, and then it'll have your news feed. And so you just hit add to story. And here is where you can take these from your camera roll. You can simply write out text and say, I love stories, and then hit done. And then you could hit share to story. I'm not going to do that. If you want to exit out of something, you can just hit back, discard, yes, discard. You can just do music. You can do a boomerang. This one's really fun. I'll show you what it does. Okay, so it's got me here. So it basically takes 3 seconds of video and then does it forward and backwards. So I'll do something funny. Okay, so now what it's doing is it's doing forward and backwards. So these are fun for like action shots, but they're kind of silly, goofy, whatever. That's a boomerang. I'm gonna show you what all these things do later, but I'm gonna get rid of this boomerang because I don't wanna see myself doing that for a while. You can do a selfie, and I can make it like different filters here. I can do no filter, I can do a warm filter, which is kind of pretty. So let's do. Okay, so I wanted good lighting, and then I might put something like, here's where we'll play with these different buttons. Something like another home team training, or another virtual team training. Helping others make money from home. Okay, and I can even change the color of the font. I really like that color. I can hit done. If I messed it up, I could move it around. A lot of you forget. Here's a couple of tips, guys. There is a border here that you don't want to put words. A lot of you guys put words way too high, and then when it goes into your story, I cannot read it because your Facebook name is there. So try to keep a border. Normally, if you hold it down, it'll show you where that border is at, but it's not showing me right now. So try to keep a small border around the top and bottom here. Otherwise, we won't be able to read what you wrote. So you can always click on it again and you can redo it. You can change the style of font by hitting this button here, headline, fancy, classic. I like the pop one, so that's the one I like to use. This button here is stickers and different features. So you can put stickers, you can put like Monday, and you can make it bigger or smaller and move it around just by holding it down. You also could put music to it. So you'll see right here, I might put like work from home. And put that music on there. Okay. So you can also click, oh my gosh, let me, hold on. So let me turn it down. So I can click that and I can change the type of font, whatever. Maybe I'll put it right here. Turn it down so you guys can't hear it. So there's other things you can use. So I can draw, I can use the draw feature and give myself a mustache or whatever. Like you can make it smaller too. If you mess up, you can just hit undo, undo. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many different things. So that's the draw feature. I'm gonna hit undo and I'm gonna hit done. And then you can change the color on that even. So see down here, this is a solid. This would make it like a different type of a, you see how, oh, I'm trying to turn it up, there we go. You see how it's like it's almost like see-through? So that's an option. Just keep hitting undo and get rid of this. Or if you can't get it, you can click on it. Just kidding, maybe not. Crap. Normally you can like discard things, but that's an option. And then the other thing is these little star thing here. This would add different filters to the photo as well. So I could do something like this. If it was a video, I can go black and white. So these are just different things you can play with. And here's where you would tag somebody. Okay, now some other things you could do under the sticker area are polls. You could say like, need to make money from home. And a lot of you guys mess up here too. You just leave it there. You can move this, hold it down and move it. And another cool thing you can do is you don't have to make it a yes or no. You could click. All you do is click on the different words here. Like if I didn't want to put no there, I would just delete, maybe, or start typing and say maybe. That way you don't have like a negative response. Okay, so that's a poll. You can find it under the little sticker. You can also ask questions instead. You could say like, do you work from home right now? And then they can type in an answer and say like, yes, I do, in your story. Okay, there's a lot of different features under here. Music, feelings, I mean, you could just play with it and just keep in mind, you can always move things around. The other feature is GIFs. So I could type GIF and then I can search. I can put the word circle and I could put this big circle around this here. Maybe. So you can like adjust these things, okay? Damn, I can't get that. There we go. All right. So like I see how I'm adjusting things. All right. Now, what else do I have here? You can put anything, like you could put like work and you can put a fun little guy there. Now you don't want to put too much, okay? I'm just showing you the different features. All right, and then you would hit share to story here. So don't be afraid to play with all of these different things to see what you can do. Keep in mind, don't put any words above like this area or below this area, because otherwise you won't be, it'll be cut off. Like it'll be words. I'll show you some examples. Let me discard this. I hope I don't call anyone out, but let me just show you in stories that I'm looking at. Okay, for example, oops, a lot of the times you guys are putting words up here, but if I let go of the story, like I'm holding my finger down right here just to pause the story, otherwise it keeps going, okay? But the thing is, see how it's hard to kind of read this here? Because our name's over it, right? And so you want to keep a little buffer, especially at the top area. All right, and now you have, this is a really good story and really cute story. You have about 3 seconds to catch somebody's attention with your story. And so what people ask me a lot, I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute, is like, what do I post to my stories? Think of it as the reality TV show of your life. Like you might think it's boring, but others might find it interesting. And so take a selfie, show a picture of you guys doing a team training or a virtual training. Maybe take a picture of you using your CBD or a quick video of you using your CBD and type in there, oh, I'm gonna sleep like a baby and my anxiety already feels better. You know, like you can type in there. So I'll talk a little bit more about what to post, but how often, let's talk about how often. I'm gonna share my phone again. You can share to your stories as much as you want. This is where you can share. And it actually sometimes works in your benefits. Why? Because you want to be in the first like 5 to 7 people here, okay? Because if I have to keep scrolling and find you way over here, chances are I'm not going to watch the story. Because here's how people watch the stories, guys. They click, and then you can tap to go to the next story, or you can swipe to go to the next person. So I just tapped on my screen to go to her next story, or I can hold down and swipe over to go to the next person. Now, if you get swiped and people skip your story, your algorithm points go down, meaning less people will see your Facebook stories. So you have to keep it interesting, and you have to kind of like, you have to work the attraction marketing piece of it, okay? So having more interaction and clicks is like, the longer people watch your story and the more people that watch it and interact with it, the more Facebook is going to show your stories to people. That's the first thing. It's another algorithm, right? We talked about algorithms on day 2 and 3. The next thing is the more you post, the more likely you're going to be in the top 5 to 7 people here. So like Sarah Granat just posted, I'm gonna see her later stories an hour ago that I haven't seen yet, but you're gonna see like she more recently posted, okay? So here, Kristen is always a really good example. She's talking about how to make chicken noodle, how to make the best chicken noodle soup. So she's like creating value, right? It's not just all about CBD. Then she's saying add the celery. So she's taking video of that. And she's giving different tips. And people are watching. So she's getting a lot of views on her story. Add the dumplings. So she does a really, really good job. And then later in the day, she'll post something about CBD usually. Amanda's really good as well. But again, when it comes to, oops, I'm gonna exit out. You wanna be in the top like 5 to 7. And so I try to post like once every hour or once every other hour to my story, because that will keep me like in the like first top 5 to 7 people in people's stories, right? I want more people to see my stuff. So when I wake up, I post something inspirational. You're gonna see today I posted something inspirational because it's Monday, it's Motivation Monday. And then I posted something, this is the story of my life, guys. I'm homeschooling right now. And guess what? I'm homeschooling in my kids in pajamas. They can be in pajamas, I don't care. And so I wanted to do something interactive, because the more people that vote and click and interact with your stories, the more people that are going to see those stories later. And so I said, are you letting your kids go to school in jammies? Yes or no? Okay. And then later I posted another poll. Are you or someone you know looking to make money from home right now? And then I just posted this recently. So I've got 4 stories throughout the day. Now people like to see you, people like to see, so I could go back and swipe back if I wanted. People like to see interesting, fun, exciting stuff. So many times I will even post So this is a photo from the other day of my hike. So I can post that now and say, can't wait to hike tomorrow. Best type of social distancing. Okay, and I can move this up here. I can make it smaller. I could even put like a little, I can tag the location and put, where was I at? Sombrero Peak. And I can hit share to story. So what should you post? That kind of answers the question, right, guys? Keep it fun, keep it exciting, keep it even about your everyday life, provide value even to people. But like I said, what you noticed is I started with something inspirational, and then I like to put just like what my day is about for the day. And normal person, I'm letting my kids, yeah, I make 6 figures a year from home, but my kids do homeschool in their jammies. Like it's mom life, right? I want to relate to people. And then another poll, and then just about essential trips and like judgment during this time. Normally, I don't like to do posts with a lot of words, but what I did do is I put this heart. This is an interactive heart. When people touch it, oops, sorry. Dang it. Dang it. Okay, when people touch it, it makes this fun little heart thing like that. And it actually, again, increases your algorithm. So I put it right where people normally click so that it increases my algorithm more, okay? Now, another thing is, how do you get more views? Well, you get more views not only by creating interesting stuff and getting interaction, also being public, but you also get more views by interacting more on other people's stories and viewing them more. And so you can go down here and send like love to people. I'm going to click to the next. This is my girl, Crystal. Red pen. So you can give this. So the more love you give to somebody, the more likely they're about to see your story. And so Emily is talking about her weight loss journey here. Dang, that's amazing. So I'm gonna go back. I just clicked the left button to go back. Okay, right, but you can swipe to go over. You can click the, I just lost that Emily girl. Sorry, here it is. I'm gonna hold it down. You can click this left area to go back a story. You can swipe left to go back a person, or you can click the right area to go to the same person's next story. So I can send her a message about this story and say, amazing, you look awesome. So that's another thing you can do, or you can send love down here also. Okay, so what I like to do, you're gonna notice at the top, this is like a timer. Okay, do you see, watch this timer go. Ooh. That's how long you have to catch someone's attention with this. And so what I like to do is sometimes I just sit my phone down. So the more you view people's stories, the more they're going to see. So sometimes I'll just let my stories roll. I'll click into my stories and I'll set my phone down and I'll cook dinner and I'll look down and I might send them a heart every once in a while and just let the stories roll because it's helping increase your algorithm. So that's another tip on getting more views. And yeah, that's pretty much it on stories. I'm gonna open it up to Q&A on the live stream and our team page to see what questions you guys have. Hopefully this has helped you, but that's pretty much stories training. Don't worry about like how like screwing up or any of that. Just try to remain consistent in there. Try to do at least a morning, afternoon, and night story. Okay, maybe make one of them about CBD, but really make it be about your day. Like, what are you doing through the day? Oh, did you wake up and have CBD coffee? Cool, post about that. A little selfie or video of you making the CBD coffee. Do you have a tip for the day? It's Monday, people are stuck inside. Do you want to do a quick like text about a morning workout routine that they could do? or whatever. Provide value, have fun, and show about your day and your adventure, okay? So that's stories training. Again, let me see. I don't see any questions, but I could be wrong. If you have any questions and I didn't answer them, message me. Otherwise, put them in the comments and I will reply to you. Hopefully this helps you. And we'll keep it short and sweet tonight. Don't forget April Runners Group. Make sure to make your goals for the week. All right, guys, have a good one, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.